You know, my dear, there comes a time in life when you start to realize just how much of yourself you're giving away, maybe even without noticing it. Life has a way of asking for more and more of us, whether it's through work or relationships, responsibilities, or just the weight of everything we're trying to achieve. And you're someone who gives your best to everything and everyone. But maybe now you're starting to feel a bit empty, a bit worn down, like you're giving every last drop. And you're left wondering why you feel so tired, even after giving so much. Let me tell you something important. Both work and relationships, no matter how meaningful, demand a lot from us. They don't just ask for our time. They ask for our focus, our attention, and our hearts. They ask for emotional energy, for commitment, and often for patience. And when we're someone who wants to do good, who wants to give, it's easy to pour ourselves into those things fully. But sometimes they take more than they give back. And before you know it, you're giving and giving, and suddenly it feels like there's nothing left for you. Maybe you're feeling drained right now, or maybe you're just starting to notice that exhaustion creeping in. And I want you to know that it's not a failure on your part. It's not weakness. It's simply what happens when we give too much without finding a way to refill ourselves. You see, there's a limit to how much anyone can give. And if we don't take time to recharge, to take care of our own needs, we end up running on empty. You can keep pushing yourself for a while, but that emptiness will catch up with you eventually, and it won't lead to happiness. It will lead to exhaustion, and that's not the life you deserve. Now let's talk about this cycle of giving, because it's something a lot of people fall into. You give and give because you want to be a good person, because you care, because you believe that's what it takes to be successful or to be loved. But what happens when the energy you're putting in isn't coming back to you? When work keeps demanding more but doesn't offer enough recognition or support? Or when a relationship takes all you have to give but leaves you feeling unappreciated? What then? Over time, this pattern, this imbalance, it wears on you. It can even make you start doubting your own worth. You're not alone in feeling this way. Many people go through life pouring themselves into work or relationships, hoping that one day all the giving will pay off, that they'll feel fulfilled, appreciated, or that they'll finally reach a place of happiness. But here's the thing. You can't keep giving indefinitely without taking time to care for yourself. And it's not selfish to recognize that. In fact, it's necessary. You deserve to feel whole, to feel balanced, and that won't happen if you're constantly running on empty. Think about it. Are you feeling constantly tired? Maybe a little more on edge than usual? Things that once brought you joy might now feel like obligations. If that sounds familiar, it's because you're likely running on fumes, trying to pour from a cup that's already empty. That feeling, that exhaustion, it's your body and mind's way of telling you that something needs to change, that you can't keep going like this. And that's okay. It doesn't mean you're not strong. It means you're human. And humans need balance to thrive. One of the best ways to start reclaiming your energy is to set boundaries. I know you've heard that word before, but let's talk about what it really means. Boundaries aren't about shutting people out or turning your back on responsibilities. They're about protecting your well-being, your peace of mind. It's drawing a line and saying, this is how much I can give and no more. And that's a healthy, respectful thing to do. You see, boundaries are there to ensure that you're not sacrificing yourself completely for others. They allow you to give from a place of strength, not exhaustion. Setting boundaries at work might look like limiting how often you take on extra tasks or making it clear that you can't answer emails outside of working hours. And in relationships, it's about letting others know when you need time to recharge, that you need support as well. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but trust me, setting boundaries is one of the most loving things you can do for yourself and for others. Because when you're at your best, everyone benefits. You might worry that setting boundaries means you'll let people down, or that you're somehow not fulfilling your responsibilities. But the truth is, taking care of your energy is a responsibility in itself. People who genuinely care about you, who truly respect you, will understand. They'll see that by taking care of yourself, you're actually able to be there for them in a more meaningful way. You're giving from a full cup, not from an empty one. And let's talk about self-care. I know it's a term that's thrown around a lot these days, but it's more than just a buzzword. Self-care isn't a luxury. It's essential. It's finding the moments that fill you back up, the things that give you a sense of peace and recharge your spirit. Maybe it's spending time outside, listening to music, reading a book, or simply sitting quietly with your own thoughts. Whatever it is, make time for it. Treat those moments as essential, because they are. You need that time to heal, to rest, and to rebuild your energy. And here's another thing I want you to remember. It's okay to receive. You don't have to be the one who's always giving, always supporting. Let others give to you as well. Allow people to show up for you, to care for you. Maybe that feels strange if you're used to being the one who handles everything on your own. But letting others be there for you is a gift, both for you and for them. You're allowing people the chance to give back to you, and that's a beautiful part of being in any relationship. Reclaiming your energy is about making choices that honor your well-being. It's about deciding that your health, your happiness, your peace are worth protecting. Every time you set a boundary, every time you choose to take a break, every time you give yourself permission to rest, you're saying, I'm worth this. And that's not just a nice idea. It's a truth that I hope you believe deep down. Look around at your life. See where your energy is going, where it's being used, and ask yourself if it's being replenished. Because if it's not, it's time to make some changes. I know that might feel daunting, but life won't fall apart if you take time for yourself. In fact, you'll find that by caring for your energy, by honoring your limits, you'll have more strength, more clarity, more purpose to give, not just to others, but to yourself. Life's too precious to spend it worn down, to give so much of yourself that there's nothing left for you. You deserve to feel whole, to feel balanced, and to live with a sense of peace. So don't let anyone or anything drain that from you. Take back what's yours, protect it, and remember that you have the right to feel fulfilled, strong, and truly alive. Take your time. Go slowly if you need to, but start taking back your energy, piece by piece, moment by moment. You've got a life ahead of you, one filled with potential and purpose, and you deserve to live it fully, so don't give away more than you have. Reclaim your energy, set boundaries that honor you, and make space for joy. You're worth it, every single bit of it.